history of this great land, black and white people together have shared a deep love for freedom. And that love has always demanded action. This is the story of how science, technology, engineering, and mathematics played a role in the Underground Railroad. Then, as now, STEM serves the cause of freedom. The story of the Underground Railroad is as vast as it is breathtaking because it represents the core of being an American. Knowing the difference between right and wrong and having the courage, as well as both the mental and moral fortitude, to do what is right in the face of grave danger. The men and women of the Underground Railroad were American heroes and patriots, as well as STEM avengers. Now, where does STEM come in? Strap in. This is going to be a wild ride. First, the natural sciences. The sciences of astronomy and celestial navigation were crucial to the success of the Underground Railroad. Knowing the North Star was a key navigational aid. Because it remains fixed in the northern sky, escaping enslaved people were often taught to follow the drinking gourd, a coded reference to the Big Dipper, which points to Polaris. Moon phases were strategically used to plan escapes. A new moon provided darkness for stealth, while a full moon illuminated paths. Botany and natural camouflage. Escapees used knowledge of edible and medicinal plants to sustain themselves while traveling through forests and swamps. Natural dyes from plants like walnut hulls were used to darken skin as a disguise for light-skinned fugitives. Many escape routes passed through marshy areas where enslaved people could use plants like cattails for food and Spanish moss for bedding. Medicine and first aid. Conductors needed basic medical knowledge to treat wounds, infections, and exhaustion. Herbal medicine was often used, including willow bark for pain relief, similar to aspirin today, slippery elm for wound healing and sore throats, garlic and onion as natural antibiotics. Technology and engineering. Though the Underground Railroad was not a literal railroad, it borrowed terminology from railroad engineering. Stations were safe houses. Conductors guided escapees. Passengers were freedom seekers. Some abolitionists used actual railroads, hiding fugitives in false compartments on trains or disguising them as workers. Secret communication and ciphers. Messages could be encoded in quilts. Certain patterns such as the log cabin or flying geese were believed to signal safe routes or directions. Songs, spirituals contained coded instructions. For example, wade in the water advised fugitives to hide in rivers to avoid tracking dogs. Letters with invisible ink. Some abolitionists, including Quakers, used lemon juice or milk as invisible ink that could only be revealed by heat. Construction and engineering of safe houses. Many safe houses had hidden rooms, tunnels, and false walls, requiring architectural and engineering skills. Some homes had trapdoors leading to underground tunnels, while barns contained hidden lofts. One example is the Rankin House in Ohio, which had a secret staircase used to hide fugitives. Engineering innovations and escape methods. The box escape of Henry Brown. In 1849, Henry Brown escaped slavery by mailing himself in a wooden crate from Virginia to Philadelphia. His box had small air holes for breathing, a sturdy structure to survive shipping, enough space for him to remain curled up for hours without injury, building rafts, wagons, and secret compartments. Many escapees used makeshift rafts to cross rivers like the Ohio River. False bottom wagons were designed to hide escapees while allowing for ventilation. Some fugitives were hidden inside barrels, coal bins, or cargo holds on ships. Mathematics. Mapping, timekeeping, and resource planning. Mapping escape routes. Conductors like Harriet Tubman had to memorize routes since carrying actual maps was too dangerous. Routes were planned based on latitude and longitude calculations. Distances between safe houses, usually 10 to 20 miles apart. Elevation changes to avoid difficult terrain. Timekeeping and scheduling. Precise time management was critical for coordinating safe house stops, train departures, and nighttime travel. The position of the sun, moon, and stars helped determine time. Supply and food calculations. Conductors had to plan food, water, and medicine for the journey. Mathematics was used to divide food rations among escapees. Estimate travel speeds and distances. Determine how long supplies would last. STEM fueled the Underground Railroad's success. The Underground Railroad was not just about bravery and strategy, it was also a triumph of STEM knowledge and practical applications. Before we close, here are a few facts about the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad was not an actual railroad. It was a secret network of routes, safe houses, and people who helped enslaved African Americans escape to freedom. It operated primarily in the U.S. from the late 18th century to the Civil War. Harriet Tubman, one of the most famous conductors, escaped slavery in 1849 and made an estimated 19 trips to rescue around 300 people. The term Underground Railroad is believed to have originated around 1831, possibly linked to Tice Davids, who successfully escaped from Kentucky to Canada. Safe houses, also called stations or depots, provided food and shelter to those on the run. Many involved in the Underground Railroad were Quakers, Christian clergy, and free African Americans. The Underground Railroad extended to northern states and Canada, which abolished slavery in 1834. Between 30,000 and 100,000 people escaped to freedom through the Underground Railroad. The movement united white, black, and Native American supporters, proving that the fight for freedom was a shared cause. The legacy of the Underground Railroad continues to inspire people today, and STEM was critical to its success. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Hawkins STEM Chronicles, a production of the Hawkins Center for STEM. Please support us by hitting like, subscribe, and the bell button. See you next time.